High five, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Welcome everyone. We had the wonderful chance to interview Kimbal Musk, which is Elon Musk's brother. And as we know, Kimbal Musk is doing a lot of things like Big Green, Square Roots, Nova, Sky, drones, along with he just opened up his 4th location in Austin, Texas for the kitchen. So they have Denver, Boulder, Chicago, now Austin. Obviously, a lot of investments happening in Austin. So hopefully you enjoy this interview. We get the opportunity to talk about why he chose the Austin area, the challenges he had getting the farm to table and all of the vendors and ingredients in line for them to carry that same experience over from Colorado and Chicago down. Along with, we talk a little bit about Tesla, about the election this past week. So hopefully you enjoy this, and I could not be more excited for my second interview with Kimbal Musk. Here we go. All right, so we are in Austin for a big night. This is the 4th location of the kitchen in Austin. So we have Denver, Boulder, Chicago, now Austin, and you are going to be able to make reservations and come here shortly. But thank you, Kimbal, for having us tonight.
It is my pleasure. Thanks for coming out.
So what is it about Austin that makes this place so unique that you would want to launch your 4th location for the kitchen here?
Well, the kitchen is a farm-to-table, shared plates restaurant. We really care about being loved by our communities. We aren't really thinking about growing restaurants. So I actually wasn't thinking of opening a restaurant until I spent time here in Austin. And I got to know the community. Obviously we moved Tesla here, and it has just been about 4.5 years now since we made that decision. I had visited Austin before that. Of course I love Austin, it's a great town. But what I really fell in love with was the quality of the food scene, the energy of the community. This is an up-and-coming town.
Yeah.
This is the boom town of the 20s.
And sure.
It's really, really fun to be part of that.
Yeah. What was it unique about the difference here, specifically in Austin? Like, what type of vibe are you trying to bring to this restaurant versus the previous 3?
So our restaurants are all different. The menu is the same, but each restaurant is a work of art. We really love I love pouring my artistic energy into something like a restaurant. I'm a trained chef, grew up cooking for many, many years. In addition to tech work, I like the blend. I like the combination of tech. You can reach the world, but food, you're very tangible. You cook for your family and friends. And so I love having that as my artistic expression. So this restaurant space there are elements that tie them together, but for the most part, it's designed from scratch, just from my heart. No, really, and it's really beautiful. And in partnership with Michael Shu, who's I think one of the best architects in the country.
He's amazing.
And he's based in Austin. And also our team were part of the design as well. We wanted to make sure. So in this restaurant, we have a boisterous bar where you might have just a shared plate with a friend, have a glass of wine. And we have the main dining room where more of a typical restaurant, where you can have your friends and family come in. And then we have our wine room, which is this back room. Yeah. And it's quiet. It's more about intimate experience, or maybe a nicer bottle of wine. Yeah. Really about creating experiences that enable someone in Austin to enjoy our restaurant, more than once a month. They might come in once a week or twice a week, because there's so many different ways to use the restaurant.
So you've been in Colorado, you've gone to Illinois, now Texas. What unique challenges that you had potentially even connecting with like local people in the industry for creating that farm-to-table experience?
Well, farm-to-table back 20 years ago really required us having a direct relationship with the farmer, because they didn't use technology back then. They didn't use computers. They weren't iPhones. Nowadays, we really are able to communicate well with farmers. So it's been a smooth ride. So in Austin, we've been able to connect with local farmers, with local distributors. We work with Lone Star for our meats. It's one of the best. They're local, but one of the best I've ever seen, certainly in the country. And of course, it's Austin. That's why, because Austin is really good at meat. Yeah. And so the other great ones we found, in addition to traditional farms that grow fruits and vegetables, there are kick-ass Texan liquors like tequilas and wines. I was shocked. Yeah. I was absolutely surprised. We have them on our menu, and they're great.
What is it about, so because, you've been in Colorado, you have 2 locations there, you're in Chicago. What is it about Texas specifically that kind of makes either, the offerings, like you were mentioning some of the stuff, even like the whiskeys and some of the things that you're offering here. How does the state or the culture here change potentially the whole like kind of culture that you're trying to set in this restaurant?
Yeah, so for me, what I love about Austin is it's a very social town. And in a social town, it means you're eating out, you're going out on the town with your friends. It's built into the culture here. I think more so than most places. I think Texas has that culture of getting out and eating out and celebrating with your friends. So I am really excited to be part of Austin. That being said, I also love Boulder and Denver and Chicago. I mean, it's just they have their uniqueness, but it's the social energy here. I have so many friends here that I didn't realize were here. I spent time here because of Tesla. And I was like, oh, you live here, and you live here as well, and you live here as well. And a lot of people moved here during COVID.
Yep.
So it has become this boomtown of the 20s that is not just about industry growing and jobs creation, which it is. It's also about some really interesting people either living here or choosing to move here.
What is it about even location finding? So Austin's a big town, it's booming, it's changing. Like, I mean, even the airport is changing overnight. How do you approach even selecting like the perfect location? Because this is central, it's very much like in the heart of Austin, an amazing vibe. I mean, we're in the back, it feels like almost like a wine room. And it's just kind of, but it splits even from from behind us to this room.
Yeah.
So how do you go about even like the selection of the location?
First and foremost, we have the freedom to be patient. So it's been 4.5 years. If we were in a rush, we would have had to choose a different location. We would have had to make do with whatever we got. But actually, I wasn't in a rush. I wanted to do something that was truly a place I could recruit some of the top talent, because if you have a great location, that'll also help you recruit. And we've got the best talent that I'm so happy with.
Did your chef from Boulder come
down?
Our
chef from Boulder, who is one of the great talents in the country,
met him
moved here to Austin. Again, that's why Austin is great. He was excited to move. It's a little warm, but everything else about it is great. But so that's also really important, that you can recruit great people, and Austin is one of those towns. But the reason why we were able to find this place was patience. I wasn't in a rush.
Can't rush.
I got a lot of other things to do.
Yeah.
When I found it, though, I fell in love with it, and I think it's going to do great.
Has much changed as far as the companies you're working with, or really the farmers that you're working with? Has that changed much coming from, again, in Colorado and Illinois down
Absolutely.
here?
So the food supply chain farmers that we work with here are different. There are some commonalities, but I'd be reaching to try and think who they would be.
Yeah.
I think that there are certain parts of the world, like California or Mexico, that will grow lettuce in January. There are very few places that will do that. So yeah, we'll probably get it. That's probably one place where we would share a supplier. Yeah. For the rest of the time, we really do. We love building connections with whether it's tequila or meat or vegetables. We love the relationships we build with our community.
Yeah. What do you plan on doing in Austin? Maybe it's a different kind of, as we talked about the social energy, but how do you plan on connecting with the community here and really letting people know about the kitchen and the fact that you guys are here?
Yeah, well, having been in the restaurant business for 20 years, the most important thing is word of mouth. It's not really about promotions. It's not really about me promoting. It's about us doing a good job. So when people come in, they have a good meal, they tell their friends, there is nothing better than that.
Yeah.
So right now we're talking to some press, and we're very happy to announce that we're open, and everyone will come try us.
Yeah.
That I'm fairly sure we will get people to try us.
Yep.
But they will just come to try us. That's it. There's no other thing that I can sort of work on.
Yeah.
And when they try us, we've got to be good.
Yeah, it's kind of like Tesla's butts and seats sells the car.
Exactly, and the car's got to be good. If we did a test drive at Tesla and the car was like, we're not going to sell any cars.
Yeah, exactly. It was funny because we actually posted on X recently just about being here, and someone already booked a reservation. So it's just,
I love it.
Yeah.
And also, please, you have a countrywide audience, or even bigger, Boulder, Denver, Chicago. We have great teams there. Our food is fantastic. It's the same menu as Austin. with the addition of some steaks that we're investing here to make sure that they really
Yep.
kick ass. But other than that, it's the same menu. And please come try us out and write a review. We always love a 5-star review, but whatever you write, we will just know that we will read it. We read every single review.
That's amazing.
And it matters to us that we get a 5-star review, but inside of it, we will read every single line, and we really care.
I mean, I just think I just get chills of just Tesla. I mean, and how much you guys have been so engaged with the audience and the owners over the years.
There are people.
Yeah, exactly. But you're doing it in the restaurant, and that's going to be key. What would you say is specifically, to our audience, what is the vision overall for the kitchen? Obviously, some of them have obviously watched our interview a little bit earlier, but, for those that maybe don't know the vision overall for the kitchen, what is it?
Our mission really is a very simple, beautiful mission. Our mission is to be beloved by our local communities.
Yeah.
We absolutely are here to service people that come and visit, and I'm sure a lot of your audience would be here to come and visit, and we would obviously welcome everyone. But our mission is to be beloved by our local communities, and it really works for us. Yeah. And I'm only doing restaurants where I spend time in, so that's why we have one in Austin.
Yeah.
So I will find out if we're not, and I will fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot going on in Austin, that's for sure. What would you say? So, like, when you think of like farm to table, like it's kind of like almost like vertical integration. It's literally like building everything from the start all the way to the finish. What is it about when you approached Austin? Was there potentially any like flags of like, hey, we might not be able to do the full, farm to table. There might be a couple of blockers, because
we were worried about that.
Yeah.
But actually, no, we were able to do the full menu.
Yeah. Wow. That's
really is great. Texas is a great state. Like I said, there were things that I wasn't that surprised by, which is like regular farms. Weather is a bit hot, but people have figured out how to work around it. But I've been shocked at the other things, like wine, a white wine and a red wine that could stand up to a great French wine. Wow, I was so surprised.
Yeah.
Grapes grown here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It really is. It's a up and coming food community. Obviously, Texas is already there. It's not really up and coming, but on the food side, it's really going to continue to get better and better.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to say congratulations on becoming a board member for another term.
Thank you.
You've done so much for the community, especially in the early days and even now. So I know going into the election, it was just so happy to have you on the board and to be able to have your time with Tesla, because you played such an integral role.
Yeah, I know. I love Tesla. Even yesterday and today, I was working with the Tesla team, and we continue to, similar to the restaurants where it's really about word of mouth, right?
Yeah.
What we do at Tesla, we do the referral program, and it's the way to do it.
Yes.
When you refer a friend, we give you some some incentives. When your friend buys the car, they get some incentives. But it's actually the referral that matters. It's the word of mouth that matters, and it's the same idea in the restaurants. So for me, in a way, even of course they're completely different companies.
Yeah, of course.
Oftentimes I feel like I'm having the same conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I think of like one thing. I mean, the OG days of Tesla, the referral program, but even now,
the referral program right now
is amazing.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
Check out the referral program, and this is your time to do it, and you want to do it. These things don't last forever. Right now is a time you want to be paying attention to that program.
Yeah, 0% APR along with the Cybertruck FSD transfer, couldn't be better. What would you say, when you think of really just this past week? It's been a huge week. Huge week. I've been following Tesla for 6 years. Got mine in July of 2018. So I'm even kind of a little bit late to the game when it comes to like...
2018 was an important year for us, so appreciate that. It was hard for us.
But it's been, and I live in the area I live in, it's very one-way thinking, to be quite frank. And to be able to have this week and being, a huge supporter of Tesla through all of the insane, crazy days of 2018, 2019, even now, I mean, the stuff that you see. I just wanted to congratulate you on this huge week. I mean, I felt like this was my Super Bowl this week, to be honest. And I'm, an outlier. But for us, even our organization, we've just been such a proponent of, builders building. and
Yeah.
you know,
And respecting builders.
Exactly.
Celebrating builders. It's hard work. This is not easy.
Yeah.
And so thank you for that. Really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
The other thing that I loved at the We Robot event, I got to fly drones for company Nova.
Nova Sky.
Sort of fly Optimus in the
Yeah.
sky like that.
Yeah.
So it's
It
kind
was
of
beautiful.
fun to, wasn't it so cool, right?
Yeah, it was like all of the different
the
designs.
drone thing is just also one of my, it's a passion. So to just blow people's minds,
Yeah.
absolutely crack their hearts wide open.
Yeah.
But you know, the Tesla thing, the Tesla journey keeps getting more exciting, more interesting. I'm really grateful to shareholders to decide to keep me on for another term and
Thank you for your
continue to work
service.
very hard. And,
Yeah.
and I love it.
What would you say, and we're talking about builders building, and you know, with this election especially, I would say, you know, there's been a lot of overregulation happening in my opinion. And what would you say is potentially, how is this election is going to help potentially the builders building?
I think it's just mostly about celebrating people who work very hard and taking risks that really do improve the world. I mean, we've done more for alternative energy than any other company on the planet by probably a factor of thousands.
Yeah.
And we're not asking for anything in particular, but to kind of be intentionally pushed aside like Biden did. Yeah, I mean that wasn't cool.
Yeah. One, I would say, like, because we talked to Elon back in May of 2022, and literally in December of 2021 was the EV Summit, and that was where, you know, GM is seen as the leader.
Which, by the way, we want GM and Ford to do great things
Of
with
course.
electric. We're not here to knock that, but it was not cool.
Yeah.
And voters, they also thought that.
Yeah, and not by just a little bit.
Yeah, not by just a little bit, by
a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and so
So we feel more appreciated. That being said, I'm not as involved in the politics side as my brother
course,
is,
yeah.
and I just I'm glad that we can now go focus on building our business and doing great things for the world.
I feel like I have to give you a high five. Let's go. So if you are in Austin, Texas, check out the kitchen. This is the 4th location. You'll be able to book, I think, reservations over the next couple
November 14th opens for reservations.
November 14th opens for reservations, but check them out. I know I'll be back to Austin. Tesla will keep me coming here, and so obviously some of the other companies. But check them out. Kimbal, thank you so much for your time. Congrats on the book launch.
Thank you.
Another term for Tesla and this amazing week.
Thank you.
So,
This has been great.
I just thank you again for your time, and you know, wish you all the best with this Austin launch.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah, thank you.
Number 4, the kitchen. High five, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby.